Welcome to the Hospitality Podcast, where every detail, every guest, and every story becomes a lesson. Here, I explore the hidden side of hotels, the psychology, the culture, and the human moments that shape the great experience. Today's episode begins with a thought from the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. He once described a paradox at the heart of every human relationship, what later became known as the hedgehog's dilemma. Imagine a cold winter night where hedgehogs huddle together for warmth. They have no choice, the cold is harsh, and they need each other to survive that night. But the closer they get, the more hurt each other will with their sharp spines. So they step back and immediately feel the cold again. Through many attempts, they move closer, they pull away until they finally discover a distance that gives them just enough warmth without pain. A distance that's not too close and not too far. This simple image says a lot about us. As humans, we want closeness, comfort, connection, but sometimes closeness also means misunderstandings and friction. Every person has spines like sensitivities, insecurities, and past experiences. When we get too close too fast, those spines break. When we keep too much distance, we freeze emotionally. Now, the real art is finding that golden space in between. And if there is any industry that lives inside this paradox every single day, it's hospitality. Let's start with the most obvious relationship, staff and guests. In hotels, we are constantly balancing warmth and professionalism. Guests want to feel welcomed, seen, remembered. They want attention, but they also want space, privacy, respect, boundaries. Too much distance and they feel ignored. Too much closeness and they feel uncomfortable. You notice this especially at the reception. A warm greeting delivered with confidence can transform the entire stay, while unnecessary personal details or staying in the interaction longer than needed can make the guest feel overwhelmed. The magic of hospitality lies in that balanced middle ground, where the guest feels cared for without feeling crowded. Then comes the second dimension of the dilemma, not between us and the guests, but within the team itself. Hotel teams are made up of people with different personalities, different stress levels, and different emotional rhythms. We spend long hours together. We go through peak moments, late night challenges, overbookings, guest complaints, and unpredictable situations. But even here, too much closeness can become complicated, can lead to conflict or misunderstanding. Meanwhile, too much emotional distance creates a cold environment where no one feels supported. And I believe that supervisors and front office managers feel this tension the most. One effective way to handle this is to set healthy micro boundaries. For example, when dealing with guests, decide beforehand what level of personal interaction feels comfortable and professional for you. When dealing with colleagues, keep conversations open but intentional, not impulsive or overly emotional. Another helpful approach is learning to shift your level of closeness depending on what the other person needs in that moment. A frustrated guest may require additional care and clarity. A colleague who values distance may feel more comfortable with a space. And perhaps the most important reminder is this: closeness and caring are not the same thing. You can truly care for people while still giving them space. You can lead a team with strength without building barriers. And you can create a meaningful guest experience without stepping into their personal zone. If today's episode inspired you, share it with someone who works in hospitality. Thank you.